What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have The Pretty Reckless. Yes, indeed. How about that? The Pretty Reckless making their debut on the channel. Okay, this comes as a request from Matthew Handler, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll with 53% of the vote. So it went from number 742 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yeah, your voice counts, your voice matters, and your vote definitely counts. So they all want to see me react to this song. It is The Pretty Reckless with a tune called Death by Rock and Roll. Oh yeah, I like the sound of that. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not heard this song before. Now, I have heard of The Pretty Reckless. The name is very familiar. I might have even heard a song by them. I'm not 100% sure what it would have been, but or maybe it's been a couple songs. I don't know, but not this. This does not sound familiar to me at all. However, there is always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So it's always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Alright, this was posted by The Pretty Reckless. Okay, I don't know how they are about blocking, I guess we'll see. And the video has 4.3 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. The Pretty Reckless, Death by Rock and Roll. I just like the title, man. The title is just, that's awesome. Digging that title. Lyric video. Well, we'll see. Sometimes lyrics are on the screen, sometimes they're not. Alright, let's do this.
Alright, boy, let's do this!
Suicide with a candle burning in her eye. But on my tombstone when I go, just put death by rock and roll.
Okay.
John forgot what he was on, but he broke the needle, dead and gone. But on my tombstone when I go, just put death by rock and roll. I wanna go with a shotgun blast.
Straight ahead, rock and roll tune. Digging it. With a vocal style that's kind of a bluesy / soulful approach, which is fitting for, you know, rock and roll. Absolutely. It's working. It's absolutely working. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
I wanna go with a woman on her back. I wanna go with balls I won't pray. I wanna go with the bottle in my veins. I wanna go. I wanna go. I wanna go out my way. Amy shot and killed a man with a gun too heavy in her hand. My tombstone when I just put death by rock and roll. Janie had steel in her bones, but she burned away, but into stone. But on my tombstone when I go, just put death by rock and roll. I wanna go with a shotgun blast. I wanna go with a woman on her back. I wanna go with the sickness in my throat. I wanna go kill my rock and roll.
The vocals are getting more and more intense. I'm digging that. I'm really digging that. The song just feels like, well, not just the vocals, but the song as a whole, it just feels like it's growing more and more intense, which it's a good thing. I'm glad that the song is able to develop in that fashion. Some nice guitar work, some really nice guitar work, especially with those melodic lines. Really nice job. Very tastefully done, not overly done, and not burying the vocalist, but still making its presence felt, which is a good thing. I mean, it's got a good groove, man. It's got a solid groove to it. I'm digging it. Let's keep going here. Let's see where this goes. A little predictable, but it's still good. The riff is so easy. 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 5, and then back the other way. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, maybe not even flat. Maybe not even get to the 5. Hold on. Is it a flat 5 or? I know it's flat 5. Does it go to the 5 or just right back down from the flat 5? Okay. 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 5, 7, and then on the next run around, 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 4, 3, 1. Okay. I mean, it's a simple riff. It's not a hard riff at all. Bo do 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 bo 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 bo. It's easy. It's an easy riff, but it's a simple and effective riff though. It's a very effective riff for the chordal structure. Cool. Let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review. We'll talk about everything.
On my tombstone when I go, just put death by rock and roll.
Yeah. I don't want to overcomplicate this because the song's not complicated. Let me simplify this. I'm gonna have to really simplify what I'm gonna talk about. I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was The Pretty Reckless with Death by Rock and Roll. This was a request from Matthew Handler, and it was the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll with 53% of the vote. It was number 742 in the queue, and it went straight to number 1. So, yes, your vote does matter. Your voice is heard. So, yeah, definitely make sure you guys vote whenever you can. I thought about this, and I kept overcomplicating this. I kept going. I kept wanting to talk about stuff that honestly didn't need to be talked about because it was irrelevant. Honestly, I mean, it wasn't like any of that stuff actually happened in the song. You know, I want to talk about like time signatures. It's in 4/4. That's so what. You know, it's. I didn't want to make this overly complicated, so I kept it as simple as possible, and because it's a simple song, it doesn't need a whole lot of complicated explanation. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a pretty simple score too. I'm gonna give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Now, first of all, before I go any further, we may have some new viewers here, you know, because this is the first time The Pretty Reckless has appeared on the channel. We may have some new people here who have never been here before and don't know what the scores mean. So, let me break it down for you.
Break it down!
A 7.3. People are probably going to be asking, is that a bad score? No, it's not a bad score. And people are going to ask, well, is it a good score? No, it's not even a good score. It's not an okay score. It's not a pretty good score. It's a really good score, okay? If you're not sure about that, or if you don't believe me, take a look down below in the video description. You'll very clearly see there my scoring system chart, where you will find 7.0 to 7.9 is the grading scale for what? What does it say? Really good, okay? This is getting a 7.3. It is a really good song. It's straight ahead, no frills, nothing fancy, very simply formed, very simply formulated, very simply constructed rock and roll tune. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know people get this impression of, well, the only way to get a good score is, you know, to have 100 different time changes and, you know, 50 different key signature changes. No, that is not what I look for in a song. Believe it or not, hearing that kind of stuff, I was around that stuff for a long time, okay? I grew up listening to prog rock, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of got burned out of it. Okay, I did. I really kind of did. I was like, you know, after Dream Theater released Octavarium, and I listened to it, and I threw it away because it was too much, man. It was just too much. Too many time signature changes. Too many key signature changes. And they were putting more focus on that than they were on writing straight ahead rock tunes like they did with Images and Words and Awake, you know? Those were great albums. I loved both of those albums. I know a lot of people are like, well, that's very simplistic for them. You're right, it is. For Dream Theater, those two albums were very simplistic compared to what they're writing now, you know, so I stopped listening to them because I don't always want to hear 50 different key signature changes, 100 different time signature changes. I don't always want to hear that. I mean, every once in a while, I'll get in the mood to hear that, but 98% of the time, I'm just not in the mood to listen to that stuff. I'm just not. I'd rather hear something that sounds very pleasing to the ear, straight ahead, easy to figure out. That way, I don't have to worry about putting so much effort into figuring it out because it's so simple, I could just enjoy the song. That is what I am looking for, really, more than anything else nowadays. And this gave it to me in spades. It really did. Well-written song, well-constructed song. The chordal structure on this, very simple, very easy to follow. The melodic lines, very simple, very easy to follow. And again, there's nothing wrong with that at all, okay? Is it impressive? Well, this is the double-edged sword, you know, and it is, and you're going to find that there are going to be bands that, you know, have more impressive music, but it's still simply written, but it's more impressive, okay, than this is. But I still enjoyed this. I did enjoy this. I would absolutely listen to this again. I don't really know anything about the Pretty Reckless. Like I said, I've heard the name. I think I might have heard a song from them, but it wasn't this one. I don't know what song it would have been. It would have been one of their bigger hits, probably. I don't know. Then again, maybe they don't have any big hits, but I know I've heard the name The Pretty Reckless. I don't know how long they've been around, but that name has gotten around, and I know I've heard it. But as far as the song goes, like I said, it's nothing frilly, nothing fancy, just straight ahead, punch you right in the mouth, rock and roll tune. And I dug it. I absolutely dug it. It was fun to listen to, and I would absolutely listen to this again. I dig her vocal style. I really do. I feel like her vocal style kind of blends a little bit of blues, a little bit of soul, with the edginess of rock, and even to some extent metal, which I really dig. The guitar tone on this, thick, crunchy, not overly crunchy, not overly thick, which is good because the last thing you want to do is be muddy. Bass, unfortunately kind of washed out in the background. It's there. I can hear it's there. I can hear the tone, but it's not. I would like to hear it a little more forward in the mix. I'm a bass player, sue me. Of course I want to hear that. Drums were well mixed. The drums were really well mixed. The drum was a little simplistic, but fitting of the song. Very fitting of the song. I do feel like the drums could have done a little bit more, but, at the end of the day, it is what it is. No, listen, a 7.3 is a really good score. And for a first time on the channel, getting a 7.3, that's actually a really good score to get. So, there you go. 7.3 is where we're at. 7.3 is where we're going to stay. So, 7.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference to me, but if you guys want to do these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.